This week Wine Walk, I mean, I'm not going to even introduce him because there's no point in introducing a man like this. Ice Cube, thank you for joining us.
No problem.
So you're in the middle of this like giant media tour. I'm sure you're tired of talking about it, but you know we got to talk about the Big Three because you basically created a brand new league that is completely different and feels a little more authentic than I think the NBA or anything else that's really out there. Why? Where did this come from?
Just being a fan of basketball. The 3-on-3 game we all played growing up. And I always wondered why I wasn't elevated to the pro level, you know what I mean? It should be. It's always done on the outside, or Mountain Dew or Nike always did a tournament in the parking lot. So I said, let's elevate it to the pro level. And what's the attraction is ex-pros, guys who play in the NBA.
Big names.
Big names who still can do it at a high level. They're just not on the NBA roster. And so that was like the kicker. That was the attraction that could really pull people in and get people, you know, rallied around the sport.
But also it's very different because I thought, and this was my mistake, obviously, but I thought it was going to be a little softer. Like I thought it was going to be more fun, more like, you know, recreational, and you guys are like fucking pouring sweat out there.
Yeah, it's not a celebrity game.
It's not.
I mean, nobody want to pay to see
right.
it. You know, people want to see a real league. People want to see people go hard, play their hardest. People don't pay to see friends play, they pay to see enemies play. So we want guys going hard. We don't want you, if you're playing soft, you're not gonna make it in the Big Three.
Yeah, I mean, everybody is in pretty ridiculous shape.
Yes.
And everybody's taking it pretty seriously. Where do you see this league in 5 to 10 years?
Just becoming the fabric of American sports. We're already doing great numbers. The numbers
attendance has gone way up, right?
Attendance is up. We did numbers that the WNBA is not doing, MLS is not doing as far as viewership. So we're on the right track. It's just really about growing the sport.
Is there any sort of like partnership with the NBA or anything of that nature coming soon? A bridging?
We don't know the future. Basketball. Thank you, man. We don't know the future yet about our relationship with the NBA. Right now, we believe we're very complimentary. Some guys are actually going back to the NBA.
Which you see as a win for the league?
Yeah, it is a win for the league. It just helps, legitimizes us more with guys actually making back to the NBA.
Well, you have a guy like Nate Robinson, who I was talking to earlier, and he said this is the first time he feels like he can be himself. And there aren't like stiff rules and regulations, and he's not being tied down.
No, they're grown. You know, we're not dealing with 22-year-olds. We're dealing with,
thank God,
you know, grown men, and they know how to act. We don't have to babysit them, and you know, they should come have fun. It's all about being yourself when you play basketball. In our league, you can be yourself.
Well, I think you made a career, not just Big Three, but you made a career on being yourself and speaking your mind and being true to you. When Straight Outta Compton came out, did you look at that and were you like, I mean, your son looks exactly like you in that movie. Was it like looking at your past?
It was, you know.
It's kind of freaky. It was kind of freaky. Like I was like.
When we were editing the movie, I had a moment where I had to kind of snap out of the fact that I'm not watching NWA.
That's not you.
I'm actually watching a movie of NWA. So at that moment, I felt like if it's doing me like that, the audience ain't gonna have a chance. You know, this movie's gonna be exactly what everybody think it should be. And it was, and
I mean,
extremely happy about it.
Yeah, I'm 32, so I grew up in the hood in Fort Worth, Texas.
Yeah.
And so my family, like watching Boys in the Hood and Friday, all of that was like really, it was a big moment for us. And looking back and watching that film and everything that you represented and your ability to just speak your mind, what do you think was your moment?
Well, I just
because you changed the American landscape as far as like speaking your mind and being the first. You know.
On that tip, I think it's meeting Dr. Dre. You know, that's my moment when I was able to meet him and hang with him and kind of took me under his wing and worked with me, you know. So, you know, without that, nothing else comes after that. None of this.
Well, you guys as a group and you as an individual and just being in LA in the 90s during the years of police brutality, do you feel like, as outspoken as you were then, do you feel like that much has changed from then to now?
Not a lot. Only thing that's changed more than it was back then is now police are held accountable. They're more held accountable for what they're doing. They're being put on trial, and some got a long way to go. But when I first started, police could do no wrong. If a cop jumped up in court and said you did something, you are kind of automatically guilty. So those times are changing. It's just gonna take more and more time, and hopefully more officers will be held accountable for their misconduct.
Do you see any of it happening now and it kind of just like trigger you in the sense of like you went through all that shit then and you still see people going through it all the time?
All the time, but you know, I gotta put it in perspective. You know, before me, my daddy used to see things, and before him, my grandfather used to see things. So I'm just part of the history that want to make things change. You know, that's what it's about.
Are you proud of all the movement that and the change you have created?
Yeah, I'm proud of the awareness. You know, change can be a little faster, but you can't change nothing until you're aware of it.
But BIG3 Basketball changing the game too on so many levels, always changing.
Movies, music, and sports. I'm gonna be engulfed in that, trying to be better at all of it.
What do you think you're the best at? Is it writing music? Is it writing scripts? Is it producing things like the BIG3?
What's your creative? You know, being creative is what I'm best at.
So everything.
Yeah, everything I put my mind to, I think I can make it happen.
What a snobby little shit thing to say.
Well,
I'm just good at everything.
Snobby little shit right here.
Thank you very much.
All right, take it easy.